Hi there, welcome to Gas TV. This is Felix.
I'm Rowan.
It's getting close to the end of 2018. Lots happened to us
It has,
this
yeah.
year. So we thought we'd sit down on our brand new couch in our brand new studio with my brand new guitar wall and sit back and have a bit of a chat about it.
Yeah.
So this year's been a big one, hasn't it?
It has, yeah.
Yeah, for you especially, because you, from memory, you just arrived in Melbourne.
I did,
this
yeah,
year.
in sort of January.
Oh, literally nearly a year
Yeah,
ago.
yeah.
Off a cruise ship or off?
Yeah, I was working on a cruise ship all last year.
Jeez,
Yeah.
okay, so you settled in Melbourne. Why Melbourne? Just big city?
It's cheap to live here.
Okay.
It's the only place that seems to have a scene, really.
Yeah.
That's approachable.
Yeah, yeah. It is.
In Australia, sorry.
Actually, that's true. Actually, it's
Yeah.
probably it's a fairly tight knit community. It's very friendly.
Yeah, and there's a lot of work here, like huge amounts of work.
Yeah.
It's unfathomable.
Well, gigs are also easier to get to, I
Yeah.
suppose. And Sydney's just a little bit more hectic.
Well, Sydney's
get
not
around.
an option. It's so expensive to live there.
It is. It is
Yeah.
that. Yeah. So what's happened to you this year then? You, when I first met you, this was in probably February.
Yeah.
This year, I think on Facebook. A good friend of mine, Melanie Tan, hi Mel, who seems to fix up a lot of people. Introducing them, not fix up a lot of people. Who introduces a lot of people to each other. Tagged me in one of your posts asking to meet up with musicians on Facebook to have a jam, and we caught up and started doing this.
Little jazz gigs, yeah.
Little jazz gigs, and then obviously Gas TV.
Yes, yeah.
So what's happened since? So what's happened since February? Let's see. You've done quite a lot in terms of you've actually started getting work now.
Yeah, it's good now.
So you've been doing a lot of musical theater,
Yeah.
a lot of duo stuff with singers.
Yeah. That's been my main thing is just duos and
Playing jazz on a Strat.
yeah, because we've got no other guitars now.
Oh, actually, that's an interesting story in itself. So let's see. At the start of the year, you started with a Yamaha AS2 2200.
Yeah, I had that for a
SA
long
2200,
time.
sorry.
Yeah.
SA 2200, which you had since university.
Yeah.
5 years
yeah.
or so. You were saying 2013. You bought it.
Yeah, maybe.
Your
Yeah.
main axe. So we reviewed that guitar and compared it to my AS200, even as AS200 on this channel as well. So do check that video out. That was a really nice guitar. I mean,
It was great. Yeah.
You made it sound good.
Thanks.
You sold it off.
Yeah, I did.
Why was that?
I think I had this for theatre shows and sort of just.
All right, so you bought this and had both guitars
Yeah.
at the same time.
Yeah.
That's right. You had an Eastman as well, which you
Eastman.
sold off.
Yeah.
I was actually really surprised that you sold your Yamaha off, though. That seemed like your
Yeah.
main guitar.
I had a lot of issues with that guitar as far as getting away from the boxy sound of it. There's a thing that sort of comes with the 335 that is. I actually don't think it's a very great jazz guitar.
Yeah.
For the old school stuff.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's very sort of sustainable.
Yeah, it's
you
good.
know.
It's good for that modern thing. Well, it's got
Yeah.
that big neck block in the
Yeah,
middle.
I think
so
that
it's an
does
electric
it.
guitar with just a
Yeah.
little bit of warmth, I suppose.
But the other thing is it didn't cut a lot of the theatre things that I was doing and
Yeah.
also the sort of R&B stuff.
Okay.
I thought this was
All right. So the Strat stuff. Well,
much
yeah.
more approachable. Yeah.
Yeah, the
And it
spanky
feels
Strat.
nicer and it's simpler and it's easier to use.
Yeah, and you can configure it to anything you
Yeah,
want to.
and it's light.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
So everything was just like, oh, this is awesome, you know?
Okay, so you got this and didn't feel the need to hang on to the Yamaha.
No, I think I wanted so I was using that Telly. You never saw that, did you?
No, I don't think I.
The exclusive series. I had a Telly that I used on the ship all year.
Oh, I see. Right. Okay.
And that was awesome.
Right. Okay.
that-
all right.
That cut that.
Yeah.
genre
So,
of
but
music.
what happened to the guitar?
That one got sold. Yeah. Because well, I was moving to Melbourne, so I had
Yeah.
to clean out everything.
I wonder if have you kept track of all the guitars you bought and sold? No. You probably lost track. It's
No.
amazing. You only ever seem to have, I don't know, 2-3 guitars at a time max?
Yeah.
But
I gotta keep it lightweight.
let's see, you sold that Yamaha, and then you used that money to buy, was it the that thing off Reverb?
Oh yeah, I had an old. It was like a. What do you call the ones that like a 335?
Yeah, so it
no
was an
center block.
Ibanez 2454, I
Something
think.
like
yeah,
that,
so it was a
yeah.
pre-litigation,
Pre-lawsuit,
pre-lawsuit.
It was really
Ibanez.
cool, and it didn't have the center block. That's what I was looking for.
Ah, right, okay,
Like a hollow
yeah.
thing.
So we also did a video on that guitar. Well, we talked about that guitar because what happened was that guitar got hit with sights, with the sights issue, and probably is destroyed as we speak. So Rowan,
We hope it's not.
in any case, that video is on our YouTube channel. Do check it out. It's a guitar horror story when sights bites.
Yeah.
But there you go. So you sold the Yamaha off the SA2200. Keep getting mixed up. To get that didn't come in, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So you got your money back.
Yeah.
You then
I ended up finding this really cool. It was a 175 copy.
right, okay,
Not lawsuit, like a Japanese
just
thing, you know.
any brand.
No, it was Mountain. They're called Mountain
Right, okay,
Co.
so
So it's like a.
yeah.
But it was a really the luthier's quite well known.
Right, okay, yeah.
It's from the 70s. It was really cool.
Yep.
Yeah, so I fixed that up, and
Yep.
then it wasn't.
Yep.
Yeah, I wasn't playing enough jazz gigs to
Yep.
really want it.
To warrant it.
Yeah, so just sold it again.
Sold it.
So a guy I know who owned the same Yamaha that I did,
Yep, the
He,
SA2200.
yeah.
Yes.
he was really interested in the jazz box
Right, okay.
and was trying to sell his Yamaha
Right.
to afford the jazz box, and they were the same
Right.
price. So I was like, why don't we just shop
Oh,
it?
fantastic. So you
So I had to swap that, and then I ended up selling the Yamaha. So
right, okay. So you
I
ended
got-
up, hang on. So you sold your SA2200 in earlier this year, March or something. You
Yeah.
ended up getting a different guitar, and then ended up with an SA2200
yeah,
again.
I ended up in square
Yes.
one, no different, nothing, same financial state. So yeah, but then I managed
Yeah.
to get that rid of that. So
Right. Okay. So you got
Yeah.
some cash for that. What are you going to spend the money on then?
I bought a Helix.
Oh, there we go.
Which brings me back to the whole theatre style setup.
Yeah, okay.
Which is, yeah.
All right. So that's been fairly eventful. You traded a whole bunch of guitars. Have ended up with well, you now have a Strat. Sorry, we forgot. You also changed necks
I did, yeah.
on this. So you've experimented. So you've actually got your Strat working much better for you and much closer to what you want. It's got the compound radius, ebony fretboard. It's got pickups that you like, and you've got the Helix now. So you've got
I do, yeah.
you're now set up for your musical theater type.
Yeah, or just any kind of like work like that kind of thing.
Yep.
Tours and things like that. Don't have to bring an amp.
Just plug
Yeah.
straight to the front of house.
Or bring pedals, like when you have to bring pedals
Yeah.
for that kind of thing, it takes up a huge amount of space.
Yeah. So you're moving completely away from the pedals and amp
Yeah, I think I will get into it. Back into
at some
it.
point.
I still have my pedals, so I still use them for small gigs.
It probably would help if you learned to drive
Yeah.
first, so you can drive yourself around with it.
We'll have
with a
it-
heavy amp.
Yeah.
Well, this year's been an interesting one for me because actually, I've got to credit you with being a big influence on a few changes that I made to myself. Because up until I met you, the last few years, I've just been teaching, doing the pure jazz guitar type gigs. So same old, nothing's changed. Then this young guy comes along and shows me how it's done. So what's happened to me this year? This year, apart from a few eventful things like breaking the neck of my double bass twice, once the scroll and then once the neck, two separate occasions.
I didn't know it was
Had to
twice.
fix that. Let's not talk about that. There will be a video of that coming out at some point. I obviously got the new guitar wall. Very happy with that. Really happy the way it turned out. Feel so much at home now. What else? I bought a new amp which I really like because I'm so jazz centric. The Hendrickson Bud. I've fallen in love with that amp. It's got all the sound I want for my arch top. So that works really well. So that's moving off my old Series 1 Claris 2R paired with a Razor's Edge cabinet. I think that's just bloody old, really old. But yes, but back to you and the influence. So from having seen you play a Strat on our jazz gigs and hearing that buzz a little bit, I started pulling my Strat out a bit again, caught up with some old friends and started doing some rock R&B type gigs, more just for the fun of it, more than normally do. And as a consequence of that, started pulling out some old pedals. So I've always been a big Helix guy for that sort of stuff whenever I needed to do it. On the basis that I'm too lazy to carry around an actual amp and plug pedals in and sort all that out. Plus, seriously, the cost of actually putting a proper pedal board together versus the cost of a Helix. The reality is, it is. I mean, you get the value that a Helix presents is phenomenal compared to investing in a proper tube amp, a vintage one or vintage reissue or a handmade custom one based off a vintage. You know, I had my the Achilles amps which we reviewed, which we talked about a little while ago, and then the pedals. By the time you add the pedals would be around a $2,000 pedal board. Would be $2,000 odd in itself with the pedals you want. So it's always been very Helix centric as a result. I started playing with. I have an old TS9 Ibanez, and plugged that through my Line 6 DT25. That's a Bogner-made amp. It has a digital preamp, but it has a tube power amp in that. And the difference between the Helix and that, you feel it. Yeah. You certainly feel. I think you can hear it, but you feel it. But that got me hooked a little, and now I have a pedal board. And it's growing. So
we've traded places.
We traded places. I could have just sold you my Helix and given that to you for a bit.
Yeah, actually.
Although having said that, this pedal board is still very new to me. I am dreading the fact that I have to pack it up and actually cart it off to a gig tomorrow. I haven't even Velcroed them down. It takes hours just wiring the bloody thing up. So in a sense, going through this process, it's reminded me why I avoided doing it all this time. But now that I've got it partially set up, it does sound really good and it feels really good. I think that's the thing. You get up there, you want to feel that adrenaline rush when you're playing and feel the confidence in the sound that you have. And I'm starting to dig it. So I'll give you a bit more of an update as to how long I stick with this before I get sick of it and go back to my Helix. And picks. I'm now starting to hone in on my favorite picks. On that note, what are you carrying around now? Let's do this. Let's do this thing of what do you got in your pocket?
In my pocket.
What is the pick that you carry around? Okay, ready? Go.
Oh, same.
Yeah.
Except I use the big
big one of that. So what we've got are the John Petrucci Signature Flow.
Yep.
We both use that. And I've got the Altex Jazz 3. But you use the bigger one, the jumbo version of that, the same material. So these are the two picks that live in my pocket. Oh, cool.
I do like the black one as well.
The black one,
weirdly enough.
The black version of that. Okay. Yeah. I don't mind that. This has ended up being quite useful. So I moved on from having the red Dunlop, the nylon, which you don't like at all, to finding this be really useful. But this one's a bit of a mixed bag for me. I like it. It's the one that stays in my pocket, but it's a bit too bright for some things. I
think it is the most comfortable pick I've ever used. You know, with just doing any kind of simple. Yeah, it just fits.
The size and shape feels good. The material's just a little bit. So I suppose there's nothing special about it. The other thing is we did a review of the Line 6 G10 versus the Boss WL50 wireless receivers, and in that video I said that. I love the G10. We both did like the sound. If we had to, you wouldn't, by choice. If we had to use a wireless receiver, the Line 6 would be the pick between the two, simply because of it didn't have the muddy, distorted sound. Still really surprised that Boss was as muddy and distorted as it was. But the issue with the G10 was that it had that weak-ass USB power input, and that finally broke. So it also broke at the worst time possible. I had to gaffer tape that down to try to keep it in place, and it worked for a bit, but it was just not reliable anymore. So that's pretty much it for it. And of course, the other big thing that's happening with me is carpal tunnel surgery syndrome. Yep. So I'm gonna get carpal tunnel relief. They call it. Should be a bit scary. I'll be.
We'll sort you out there.
Yeah, hopefully. Everyone I said, I know who's had it has had positive comment results out of it. It's very, very normal, very routine thing to do. But that will see me out of action for 2 to 3 whole months. I can't play the guitar. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
You can come to my gigs.
I'll definitely come to your gigs. I'll sit there and share with this hand. With a glass of wine or something, a beer, right? I'll do that. Yeah. So there you go. I think that's my big year. We've enjoyed putting this channel together. The big surprise with this channel is that I had grand plans when we first started of releasing a video a week.
Oh wow.
Then as we got down to, we actually have a whole stack of videos pre-recorded. I just haven't been able to get through to releasing them because we've both been flat out.
Yeah.
So I then resorted to trying to see if we get one out every 2 weeks, and that started failing at various points as well. That's what I'll do. I'll get all the videos out in the holidays. I can at least use my mouse and type with one hand on the computer. If you enjoy this channel, definitely subscribe to it. Subscribe. Share the videos as well. Talk to us about the videos. Tell us what you like. Tell us what you don't like. Argue with us. We just love the attention, whether it's good or bad. We've met some really great people from doing this channel though, and the Facebook page, through which we have a Facebook page as well, but also a Facebook group, the Guitar Acquisition Syndrome Gas Support Group, where we will help you with your gas. Great group of people on there, lovely friends we've met. Do join us on that, and feel free to chat, feel free to comment on the videos, feel free to yell at us if you want to as well. We have Instagram. Both of us have Instagram. Gas TV's Instagram as well. Post pretty pictures up. Rowan has his own set of social media as well. Do check him out.
Yeah, check out my YouTube channel and my Instagram.
Yes, and Facebook page.
And Facebook page is relatively inactive, but
he's going to fix that.
I'm going to fix that.
He's going to fix that. Because Rowan is, especially if you're from Europe, Rowan's planning a European tour in
I'll be coming in May.
Yeah. If my hand's not working well, but then I might turn up as his roadie or something.
Yeah, come along.
Nothing better to do here if I can't play.
Yeah.
Might as well just hang off his coattails. It won't be very useful to you as a roadie either, but maybe just
providing some memes. And
I can hold your drink. Yeah, watch out for Rowan's upcoming tour. That's fantastic, exciting stuff. So that's it from us for 2018. Thank you very much for tuning in. Till next time. Bye.
See ya.
Do you find when you put two guitars together, they breathe and another pops up out of nowhere? Then when you try to explain that, your other half looks at you like you're crazy. If so, click here to subscribe to Gas TV, because multiplying breathing guitars is a real thing.